The NHS is about to go into one of the worst winters that it's probably ever experienced, and the cavalry isn't going to come over the hill. This event brings everyone together so that we can learn actionable intelligence to give the audience the tools, the knowledge and the insight that they can adapt their own organisations so that they can make changes to patients and keep them safe. The takeaways for me are what more can we do on culture, on workforce, and making it easier for people to speak up.
You will have heard me talk about our replacement for the national reporting system. There are some concerns out there, and I've been able to meet with the providers and learn some things about how we can work better on it.
If policymakers are not going to listen to real people who have experienced harm, we don't feel as campaigners things will change, and personal stories will influence change.
Our experience around safety was pretty awful because my daughter-in-law died. There wasn't really any attention paid to safety at all. The most pressing concern in patient safety is fear. Fear can paralyse everybody. It's being willing to tackle it head on and being supported to do that.
We shouldn't have blame in healthcare. We should have accountability, but blame is a lack of communication. And events like this really help with that communication, but we've got to work locally to embrace that.
Safety for me is all about learning. We can't undo what has been done, but we can apologise. It's upon us as healthcare professionals to put systems in place to prevent that harm happening to someone else.
How do we remain truthful and sustain the trust within a team to ensure that we speak out when we need to speak out?
If anybody looking to flag a concern or do a better risk assessment is perceived as slowing things down and getting in the way of a good response. So how people are allowed to challenge is really interesting to me.
Our patients are being harmed because our workforce is harmed. So let's eliminate bullying and harassment to keep our people and our patients safe.
We've got substantial ethnic inequalities in outcomes in pregnancy. Black women are 4 times more likely to die during or after pregnancy compared with white women. That's a totally unacceptable inequality.
We heard some compelling evidence that women aren't considered in their journeys in healthcare. Nadine Montgomery had to take it to the law courts to try and get law changed in consent. We have to keep a focus on women, and they have to be part of that decision-making process.
My session was on the Patient Safety Incident Response Framework that sets how the NHS should respond and learn from patient safety incidents. We had a patient representative there who was really able to ask some of those challenging questions and to talk about their perspective. This is my first time at the Congress and it's huge. I'm just in awe of the speakers here.
The diversity of the NHS is represented by the diversity of the people that are here.
There's so much optimism and determination from all of the delegates to make the changes that are needed, so that's really inspiring for me and something I can take back to my team. Not only do we look at where things have gone wrong, but we look at where people are succeeding and share it with others.
Don't be frightened to keep asking the questions, otherwise nothing's ever going to move forward from where we are at the moment.
Ask the question, who is the voice of patients on your board?
By listening and starting that conversation, that will lead us to the beginnings of the answers that we want to get to.